Shalom. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Wadash, for allowing me to do another lesson. Yahweh is who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and is no God beside them. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit, and salutations to the elect whom the Most High has given ears to hear. I'm the brother Kahan from the GMS New Jersey camp. In today's lesson, we're going to MIRVs, which are multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles. All right, they are nuclear missiles, otherwise known in the scriptures as arrows, stars, hail. All right, and all the prophets of old, they've seen these things. They've seen nuclear missiles. Now, they used what they could according to their vocabulary at that time. This is why Ezra called it arrows. John the Revelator called it stars. Stars falling from sky, because a star is what? A ball of light, And when those nuclear missiles, with the rocket being that it's rocket propelled, when it comes down from the skies as a ball of light. Ezra seen it. I don't know if I mentioned that. Ezra, John the Revelator, Job, Joel. The men of the Lord saw these things, and it was a horrible vision. All right? You have scriptures written, that the Lord is going to save us. He's going to deliver us. He's going to give us the kingdom. All right? Our kingdom shall be paved in gold. But then you have other scriptures to where the Lord, prior to him bringing that glorious kingdom to us, he's going to devastate this earth. And that's actually one of the last prophecies in the Lord's arsenal on this side. What I mean by that is that the Lord is going to use those nuclear missiles to destroy the wicked. All right. And so that the whole world will know that he is, right? That his name is glorious and he is mighty to be praised. All right. So this is the book of I'm not really sure which ones I want to get to in order, but let me start with Job 20. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, talking about the wicked today will be known as Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. The rulers of this earth, how they push, the alphabet community, the transformer community, the pedos, how they push GMOs, how they push everything against the scriptures. Remember, as it is written of in Amos chapter 9, verse 8, that the eyes of the Lord is upon the sinful kingdom to destroy it from off the face of the earth. So how is the Most High going to destroy this vast land? He's going to destroy it with fire. All right? Well, as we know, he's not going to destroy it with water. He promised Noah that he wouldn't do that anymore. So now he's got a new thing on the earth. All right? It's called nuclear fusion or nuclear fusion? All right? A weapon that can produce heat that of the surface of the sun. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. It shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Him filling his belly is him distributing the mark of the beast, which is an RFID chip, to the people. All right? Because his goal is to have everyone and everything enslaved under him. But while he is in those endeavors, while he is doing that, the Lord is going to have something go down to where World War III will commence. All right? And he's got to focus on that. At the same time, him, receiving or passing his enterprise, making that mandatory. And then that's when those nuclear missiles are going to be shot off. It's known in the scriptures as the third's woe. So it says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. All right? I mean, that's self-explanatory. Iron and steel were not used for bows. All right? So this is talking about a different type of bow, a different type of arrow, if you will. All right? Remember, Ezra said that the arrows, let me grab that one. Because Ezra spoke of arrows that shall be shot to the ends of the earth. Let me start at 2 Ezra 16, verse 11. The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea riseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power. Because the Lord is coming with the thousands of angels, and he's also going to be the one to, as written of in Ezekiel 39, he's going to smite the arrows out of these nations' hands. All right? Because that's end all be all. You know? That's last attempt. You know? So they're going to hold off from shooting those missiles, so they think, but the Lord is going to cast them out of his hands. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp. All right? They're sharp. They're huge. All right? We're going to get into it. Right? You got those missiles weighing upwards of 50, 60, 70 tons. All right? Full of fire. Jacinth, the scriptures call it. Or, that's just going into the color of it. And shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again, and they come upon the earth. And remember, even Zechariah said, he spoke on, the devastation of those nuclear missiles being also as a plague. Right? And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that are fought against Jerusalem. All right? And Joel speaks on how he's going to, how the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the reasoning for him gathering these nations, because they have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Why? Because the fire and brimstone from those missiles is going to ensure of that. All right? Again, going into the plagues that the Lord will bring upon the earth. And shall not miss. Okay, verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. No man will be able to shoot them down. All right? We're going to get into it. So now let's go back to the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 21. It says, verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Again, 2 Ezra 16 and 14, we just read it. All right. No man will be able to escape those plagues except he be of the elect. And the elect will have to be off of earth. All right. It says, it is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacles. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. Right? And in verse 26 it says, all darkness shall be hid in his tabernacles. It shall be ill with them that is left in his tabernacles. All right? Pretty much those that's left here on the soils of America and various parts where those nuclear missiles are slated to hit, they're done for. Right? And even these devils who go into neutral zones and, go in their bunkers, they're done for as well. All right? Because the Lord is going to come back for them. You can read that in Amos, the 9th chapter. Right? I believe it also says it here, where it says, the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. Okay. Right, but harping on verse 26. All right, the secret places are the bomb shelters, and a fire not blown, because these missiles have fire within them. There's no need to add fire to them. All right. Again, when you go into the science of these missiles, all right, it's comprised of nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. All right. To where at ground zero, all right, that huge ball of energy, all right, is going to pretty much pop like out, as if, let's say, for example, you have a huge water balloon. All right. It's a huge, big ass water balloon. When it pop, everything around it gets wet. That's pretty much what the nuclear missiles, when it hit its intended target, it's a flash of light. Okay. And then in the midst of that is a huge, very, very, very hot heat. Very intense, very concentrated fire. All right. And then it says, it is drawn and cometh out of the body, yet the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. And the prophecies, note that the prophecies surrounding the missiles, those who understand it are terrified once they see it. It says, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 40. The great and mighty cloud shall be puffed up full of wrath, and the star, that they may make all the earth afraid. And remember before, like I said, that the star is synonymous, or speak on how like it's a falling star. It's synonymous with the nuclear missile, that great ball of light falling out the sky. Now it says they may make all the earth afraid. That's it. Even who said that? Isaac Newton. I know not at what World War IV would be fought. He said, I know not at what World War III would be fought, but World War IV would be fought with sticks and stones. Right? Because who was that? Isaac Newton. He actually befriended this guy, Robert Oppenheimer. So he's seen the devastation of that atomic bomb, and these missiles are 30, 40, 50, upwards. Many, let's just say, tens of times stronger than that of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which those people are still feeling it to this day, that land. And it says, It says that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out every high and eminent place in horrible star, fire and hail and flying swords, and many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. Because why? When those missiles are shot off, it's such a great trembling that it brings tsunamis. They shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood, grass of the meadows, and their corn, and they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid. And Babylon, for those who don't know, is America. The modern day Babylon in prophecy is America. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2. Well, you know what? Before I keep going on that, let me show this video.
The Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile is a nuclear weapon delivery system developed by the United States in the 1960s. It is a powerful weapon capable of carrying multiple independently chargeable reentry vehicles and delivering them to targets thousands of miles away. The Minuteman III has a range of over 8,000 miles and can travel at speeds of up to Mach 23, about 17,500 miles per hour. It is designed to deliver a nuclear warhead with a yield of up to 475 kilotons, which is over 30 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima during World War II. The accuracy of the Minuteman III is also remarkable, with a circular error probable of less than 200 meters, which means that if the missile is targeted at a particular point, it is expected to land within 200 meters of that point. This makes it a very effective weapon for taking out hardened targets, such as bunkers and missile silos. The Minuteman III
You see? So these scriptures don't lie. These scriptures is on point. And this is in the 1960s. How much further you think that the Lord has blessed their understanding, you know, on these devastating arrows? Okay. Let me see some real quick. So now, that was just a snippet. Now I want to go into this article, right? And then we're going to go into Joel 2. Because it says, okay, a multiple independently targetable reentry vehicle is an exo-atmospheric ballistic missile payload containing several warheads, each capable of being aimed to hit a different target. The concept is almost invariably associated with intercontinental ballistic missiles carrying thermonuclear warheads, even if not strictly being limited to them. An intermediate case is the multiple reentry vehicle missile, which carries several warheads which are dispersed but not individually aimed. All nuclear weapon states except Pakistan and North Korea are currently confirmed to have deployed MIRV missile systems. Israel is suspected to possess or to be in the process of developing MIRVs. Now, when you see this picture here, it's a good depiction of what is that, Revelation 9, where it says that the power was in their head, right? Because you have a whole missile, but what's very what does the damage is the head. That's where the warheads are at. So let me grab that real quick. All right. And again, all the prophets they seen the devastation of the nuclear missiles. Now it says, and thus, Revelation 9 and 17. Let me start at, 'cause 9 and 13. 14. Saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the river, the great river Euphrates. And that area is where World War III would pop off. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men. The third part of men represents the sons of the wicked. However, as we just read in was it Zechariah 14, that he's got something for all those that came against Israel. And the number of the army, because remember, in this day and age, many other nations are confederate, okay, and complicit as far as the hatred of the children of Israel goes. They're complicit with the sons of the wicked. So they got to get it too. As it is also written, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. So you can't go by, as the Apostle Hart was going into in his lesson this morning. You can't go by, they say Russia has 5,000 missiles that they know of. I think it's like 5,400 or something to that extent. America has about 4,800. China has some. Different countries has some. So you think, well, how can you get 200,000, which is 200 million missiles out of this? That can't be right. Well, that's why you have something called MIRVs. Multiple heads. Multiple intercontinental missiles and multiple warheads in one missile. And I heard the number of them, right? So it's not like he necessarily counted them, but he heard it. As the angels, whatever, most likely Yahweh Shai was talking to him in a dream. He was telling him, okay, this is how much it is. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouth issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these three was the third part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. All right, because their tails has rockets on it which propels them to go out of space, and then to come back in the atmosphere to hit its targets, at Mach speeds. So it says, for their tails were like unto serpents, because when they come out of the silos or the body, as Job 20 said, they go up. They may not necessarily go straight. They slither up in the sky, until they straighten out, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. And that's what you see here. Now it says the MIRV U.S. Peacekeeper missile with the re-entry vehicle highlighted in red. Now you're pretty much seen, I might not really go too much into this because we just saw the TikTok going into the Minutemen. It says, let me see from 7. It says, let me jump down to here. From 1970 to 75, the United States would remove approximately 550 earlier versions of the Minutemen ICBM and the Strategic Air Command's arsenal, and replace them with the new Minutemen IIIs outfitted with a MIRV payload, increasing their overall effectiveness. As of 2017, the Minutemen III missile was converted to a single reentry vehicle system. The smaller power of the warheads used W62 W-78, and W-87 was offset by increasing the accuracy of the system, allowing it to attack the same hard targets as the larger, less accurate W-56. The Minuteman III was introduced specifically to address the Soviet construction of an anti-ballistic missile system around Moscow. MIRV allows the U.S. to overwhelm any conceivable ABM system without increasing the size of their own missile fleet. The Soviets responded by adding MIRV to their R-36 design, first with 3 warheads in 1975 and eventually up to 10 in later versions. And there was this one I said they had. It was this, one video I seen on YouTube. It says they can put up to 16 in some of their missiles, in some of their missiles, up to 16 warheads. So it says while the United States phased out the use of MIRVs and ICBMs in 2014 to comply with New START, Russia continues to develop new ICBM designs using the technology. The introduction of MIRV led to a major change in the strategic balance. Previously, with 1 warhead per missile, it was conceivable that one could build a defense that used missiles to attack individual warheads. Any increase in missile fleet by the enemy could be countered by a similar increase in interceptors. With MIRV, a single new enemy missile meant that multiple interceptors would have to be built, meaning that it was much less expensive to increase the attack than the defense. This cost-exchange ratio was so heavily biased towards the attacker that the concept of mutually assured destruction became the leading concept in strategic planning, and ABM systems were severely limited in the 1972 Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty in order to avoid a massive arms race. All right, but that was pretty much the point. Decided to read the whole thing because, it's not too bad of a read. But pretty much, the MIRVs pretty much changed the game. Right? To where, as it is written, we're going to go to Joel 2. These missiles will hit. All right? You cannot stop them. So that's Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Sion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. They have not been ever the like, neither shall any more be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Because the third world's war, that's it. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. All right, there's no stopping them. And before you see him, you feel him. As Ezra, went into how the waters is going to change their place, pretty much because the earth is going to quake, causing tsunamis and earthquakes of that nature, or causing earthquakes, which earthquakes cause tsunamis. Before their face the people shall be much pain, all faces shall gather blackness. All right, because that's going to be a sad day. That's going to be a very devastating day. Hell, if your president even tells you that you got 30 minutes, until the nuclear missiles hit, you'll be lucky. Before their face the people shall be much pain, all faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war. And mind you, if these nuclear missiles, which they coming in by the hundreds and thousands, by the millions, as we read in 200,000, which is 200,000? Yeah, 200 million missiles. So you don't think that's going to cause an earthquake out of this world? Probably. I would consider a 10.0. Buildings is collapsing. On top of that, tsunamis is coming through, destroying the city. And then the icing on the cake is those devastating nuclear missiles. It says the earth shall quake before them. Okay, it says they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Again, because it's a lot harder to counteract multiple missiles. It's easier one-on-one, but when you have multiple missiles, and mind you, this is not just any regular missiles. These nations, especially Russia, they have something called hypersonic missiles. So they're coming in undetected now. And it says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, which that basically means that they're going to overpass whatever defense systems that particular country has set up. And they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his paths, and when they shall fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. All right, so you may have some defense systems that can detect it and try to take it out, but it's not going to work. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. It kind of reminds me of like a World War Z. When you have those, which we know is talking about missiles, but you just think of the overwhelming flood of them zombies that you can't escape them. When you see them, it's lights out. That's the same thing. That's the same thing that people are going to think when they see those missiles. And the Lord, it says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, the stars shall withdraw their shining. All right, because there's going to be huge clouds of smoke. Going to block out the sun. And Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of Yahweh is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Right? So this is what we're talking about here.
Today we making great.
The Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile is a nuclear weapon delivery system.
Calling down a sentry.
Freedom, triumph.
Have you ever wanted? Okay, someone in my.
This is Russia's most powerful weapon, capable of destroying the entire United States.
No. At most, you're destroying a few cities.
If this is fired, you will have less than 30 minutes to prepare.
No. This thing is too big to be mounted on an ICBM. See, there's the plane right there. With the bomb exposed like that, it would be picked up on radar and intercepted in no time.
If Russia unleashed just one of these Tsar bombs on Japan, it would obliterate not only Japan, but also both North and South Korea.
Not even remotely close. Just a city or two.
The U.S. reportedly told South Korea that if North Korea fires an...
Let's say that an acquaintance sent this to me. At 040, you'll see...
This is actually one I was looking at. But it's kind of, it's a little lengthy, so I'll just play the last, minute or so.
New Russian strategic weapons unveiled by Russian President Vladimir Putin on 1st March 2018. The RS-28 Sarmat is expected to enter service in 2021. Sarmat is one of the biggest missiles ever built, with a total length of 35.5 meters long and a mass up to 229 US tons. Its warhead capacity is expected to carry up to 10 to 15 MIRVs. Barguzin. The Barguzin, a railway strategic ICBM that is still under development of Russia, was thought and expected to enter testing in 2019 and enter service in 2020, is yet under trial. In December 2017, the Russian state media reported that the project has been frozen due to lack of financing, saying that the weapon was too expensive. However, the report also states that the project can be quickly revived if necessary. It is estimated to have a length between 20 to 30 meters, and the 50-ton missile was reported that it carries up to 4 nuclear warheads, but analysts confirmed that it is capable of carrying up to 16 MIRVs having smaller warheads. And that, guys, was the top 10 missiles that can carry most nuclear warheads. Thank you guys for viewing in. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
This is Joel chapter 2 verse 12. Therefore also now saith the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, with fasting, weeping, and with mourning. Alright, this is essentially to the elect, as everybody else is too proud to change their ways. And ultimately they're not written in the book of life. So they can't conceive the devil, they can't conceive the fear of the Lord. As you see the one devil, scoffing at different, and a lot of people, they scoff, or they say the destruction is not going to be in their time. It says, which if you're saying that today, you really going. And it says, and rend your heart and not your garments, and turn unto Yahweh your power, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. Who knoweth if he will return and repent, and leave a blessing behind him, even a meat offering and a drink offering unto Yahweh your power. Right? And that blessing is going to leave for the elect to salvation. But I'm going to finish it off here. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 16. Let me start at verse 12. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judgeth a man according to his works. The sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. All right, and this also proves, I read this precept so many times, but now I read it again, and I think of how this devil is not going to carry Israel off out of the hands of the Lord. As we just read, the sinner shall not escape with his spoils. And is not he the man of sin? All right, that's why the Lord told us that while he is eating, he shall cast him down. It says, make way for every work of mercy. We praying, we doing this work, warning the people. That's our work of mercy. For every man shall find according to his works. As it is written, that the Lord is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, and that ye have ministered and do minister. The Lord hardened Pharaoh that he should not know him, that his powerful works might be known to the world. His mercies manifest to every creature, and he hath separated his light from the darkness with an adamant. Say not thou, I will hide myself from the Lord. Shall any remember me from above? Which is literally what Esau is going to say. Like when you read in Revelation 6, it speaks on how they're going to say to the mountains and to the rocks, hide us from the fury of the Lord. But you can't hide from the Lord. I shall not be remembered among so many people. For what is my soul among such an infinite number of creatures? Behold, the heavens and the heavens of the heavens, the deep and the earth, and all that therein is, shall be moved when he shall visit. The mountains also and foundations of the earth shall be shaken with trembling when the Lord looketh upon them. All right. So with that, shalom to the elect.